name's Jeff, and this is my Ural CT.
Yes. Well, we're going to do a full-blown interview, so let's pull it in the showroom.
Alrighty.
Come on in. Welcome to AlphaCars. Today is our fall rally event, and I'm here with Jeff. Jeff.
How are you?
Yes, I'm doing great. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for bringing this bike. And I know this is not your first Ural.
My third.
Yes. Your third.
Third.
That's correct. I missed one.
Yeah.
So, how did you first hear about Urals? And I know you've ridden bikes serious, like you're a serious rider.
A friend of mine from one of the motorcycle clubs I belong to showed up with one day.
Yeah.
That was way back.
Yes. Friend.
Oh, a friend of mine showed up with one at a motorcycle club event, and was very impressed with, interested, something different.
How long ago was that?
Oh, that was probably about 12 years ago.
Okay. So how long did it take you from the first introduction to the Ural to get one for yourself?
Oh, probably 10 years.
10 years.
9-10 years, yeah.
So your first Ural, I don't
It was
remember.
a 2014 retro.
2014 retro.
Actually, it was identical to that one sitting over there.
Oh, okay.
So.
And that was the first year for the fuel injection.
Yes.
Yeah, that was great. Okay. So, and what were your passengers in your motorcycle?
My wife.
Yes.
And my little Maltese.
Okay. How did they like the?
So they both liked it.
Yes. Did your wife ride with you on your other bikes?
Not over the last 20 years or so.
Okay. So how long have you been riding?
I'd say about 50 years, since 1968, 69.
That's impressive.
So
yeah.
I've had a lot of different bikes over the years.
And even now, I know you bring your bikes in, and I look at your miles, like you put serious miles. On average, throughout the years, how many miles do you think you ride a year?
I probably ride about 18,000 a year total. I've got 3 motorcycles, so I split it up.
Yeah. What's your favorite so far?
Well, that's hard to say. They're all different.
Yeah.
They're all different and unique, so there's no one favorite.
Yeah, that's right.
This is great for the winter.
Yes.
And
so you do take it out in the winter, you ride it?
Oh, all year, as long as there's no ice on the ground.
Yeah. So first one was the retro.
The first one was a retro. Then I had a 16 CT.
16 CT.
And
okay.
this is a 19 CT.
This is a 19 CT. Okay.
And big differences from year to year, big improvements.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do an interview with you, and thank you for sharing your thoughts. So you really, the 14 was the first year of fuel injection, which you didn't have carbureted Urals.
Right.
And I know it was an interesting change because the 11 to 13 carbureted bikes were great, but they were still carbureted bikes. And the first fuel injected bike was great because it was fuel injected, but it was a first fuel injected.
First attempt.
Yes. So what's your take on the 3 different generations fuel injected bikes that you have?
Well, this one, hands down, is far superior to any of the previous ones.
And between the 14 and 16, did you, other than retro versus CT, which is an interesting question, I'll ask you that one next, but as far as engine performance, any significant difference?
You know, I don't recall.
Okay.
To be honest with you. There's a big difference to this one, I'll tell you that.
Yes, we know that. And I don't know if I'll remember all the differences, but obviously substantial, significant changes in the engine itself, braking system, but yes. Now, retro versus CT, what's your take as someone who put thousands of miles on one and the other?
Just a preference in style, I guess.
Handling?
Handling, I couldn't say. The retro handled pretty well also.
Okay.
You know, all of them with the one-wheel drive, so
Yes.
they've got a good low center of gravity. And
Yeah. Yeah, just for the viewers, the retro was, and the reason I say was because unfortunately Ural doesn't make it anymore. There was a lot of custom parts on that bike, and it was tough for the fact it was a tough choice, but they dropped the model because they wanted to concentrate on one lineup. Because the CT has a lot of similarities to the Ural.
Yes.
The Retro, on the other hand, was a true retro model with the telescopic forks, with the A-frame, with a single-piece headlamp, slightly different seating, and round lights, which we turned into a classic lighting kit that you can get on our website and put them on any Urals. But just for our viewers, that was the Retro. The CT, which is this bike, has the Ural typical leading link front suspension, and it has 18-inch wheels with road tires, just like the Retro. And it actually does have the frame of the sidecar is the same that Retro shares. They attached it to the frame of the bike, of the Ural, standard Ural gear up, and they installed the front end with the 18-inch wheels in the Retro sidecar, and we have actually a nice handling, and you can confirm it's very similar to Retro.
Yes.
Retro compared to gear up when there was no CT was a significant improvement in handling because of the
Low center of gravity.
Yeah, that was great. So,
And that's why I wanted it. I rarely go off-roading. And this handles the gravel roads and the dirt very well.
yeah, so that's a very interesting input. Other than low traction situation, I guess deep sand, mud, heavy snow, brooks, rivers. Some people cross rivers and Urals. We've seen that on YouTube. But unpaved roads, gravel roads, a little bit of field road. This does
This
very
is
well.
great. Yep.
Yeah, that's great to know. So, and I know when you went to this bike, you wanted it with specific accessories.
That's correct.
Yes, and it does look pretty cool. And we get a lot of questions, what are the standard things on the CT nowadays? And your bike has a lot of extras. I would have loved to go over it with you, if you can show around your bike, anything kind of front to back. And
Well, yeah, starting at the front, we've got the lighting on the sidecar as well as on the front forks.
yeah,
The visor over the headlight.
yeah,
I don't know what was standard. I took a lot of goodies from my old one. The
Yes.
spare tire kit with the rack.
yeah.
I tend to think that that's it.
Well, the shin guard.
The shin guards.
Yes. I see you have an LED head.
I do.
Bulb,
I put
and
all.
You actually have a little bulb.
That's
on the
also
bottom that is
LED.
also LED.
And
Was
my
that your
taillights are
selection?
yes,
Okay.
and my taillights are LED also.
Yes, yeah. And I see you have the bumper because you needed.
And the bumper as
Yeah.
well. Yep, I forgot about that.
And the gas tank does have a toolbox, which is not standard on the CT. I see you have that. And other than that, just the black powder coated drivetrain, and looks like a custom color.
And the undercoating.
Yeah, and the undercoating. How many miles on this now?
Just shy of 5,000.
5,000. And you have it for about, what, a year or so?
Year and a half.
Yeah, not bad.
So,
So tell us about your two other bikes. You mentioned you have three bikes.
all right. Well, this is a 2019, the Ural. I have a 2018 Harley Heritage Softail
Yes,
that has 26,000 miles on it.
yeah.
And I recently purchased a Honda Goldwing,
Oh, okay.
which I picked up over the winter
Mm-hmm.
in December, and that has 7,000 miles on it since December.
Wow.
So,
Yeah. So you have a set of wheels for every season.
yes,
You have good coverage.
yes.
Yes, awesome. Well, thank you for your business. Thank you for sharing your experience, your Ural experience
Yep.
with us. Appreciate it.
No, it's been great. Been great doing business here.
Yes, thank you.